Welcome back to Mini Mayhem. I'm Vox, and something's been on my mind for a while. A theory that I know others have shared in the Star vs. the Forces of Evil fandom. And it's definitely something that can change the tide to the series. This is the notion that Eclipsa Butterfly has dated Toffee. Yes, the Toffee we all know and love, the insidious Septarian, has probably locked lips with Eclipsa at some point in time. But I wanted to share this theory now more than ever. Since we have the return of Toffee through the past, Globgore's likely going to be freed soon, and everything's all going to come to a head. So really this starts in the Book of Spells. In Eclipsa's chapter, she reveals that she's dated a variety of monsters. There are so many monster varietals. Side shifters, like my sweet prince, frogmen, septarians, conjoinicans, slimes, berrycorns, whatever the aviariuses are. Anyways, you get the idea. There are just too many types. We even have our own monster expert in an attempt to catalog them. And if you're an adventurous princess like me, then you're probably eager to see what the magic community has to offer by way of men. Your interest alone won't be enough to prepare you. You need to know your monsters. Now, there are quite a few monsters that we've seen in these ranks. In fact, everyone you can spot to the same race of a character in the show. But I want to focus on, of course, Septarians. The Septarian featured in Eclipsa's chapter in question looks similar to Toffee, but not quite like him. Considering what we now know how Toffee looked when he was young, I'm going to go with this being a generic profile. But let's read. Dating pros. Looks good in a suit. We know Toffee does that. Looks good in a swimsuit. We don't know if Toffee's done that yet. Foreshadowing. Attractively aloof. Toffee. Dating cons. Not so fond of magical meme and girls. Oh, we know that. Probably wants to kill your mom. This is alluding towards the fact that Toffee killed Moon's mother, Comet Butterfly, and your friends will all have a secret crush on him. Yeah, still, sounds like Toffee. Look, these guys are creeps and you should probably stay away as far as possible. But if you're like me, you'll ignore this advice. It's worth it. So, there you have it. Eclipsa says that despite all the trouble, the relationship she had with the Septarian in question was worth it. Meaning this relationship meant a lot to Eclipsa. But let's also shed some light on the ranking. Eclipsa gave Septarians a dateability score of 9 out of 10. The thing is, there's only one other species she gives a 9 out of 10 dateability, side shifters, which I think can insinuate how much she enjoyed both those relationships on a near equal level. Now, Eclipsa explains why she didn't give Globgore a 10 out of 10, but that doesn't change the fact that the species she gave the highest 2 scores are also 2 prominent characters in the series, both with antagonistic undertones. Now, why do I think the Septarian is Toffee? Well, there are pieces of evidence, one of which dating back all the way to season 1. Yeah, I've kind of been sitting on this theory for a year before the Book of Spells even came out, but back then it wasn't that Eclipsa dated Toffee, just that she knew him. Anyways, let's elaborate. In Moon the Undaunted, Eclipsa did not know who Moon was trying to destroy when she granted Moon her spell, though she could have made an assumption that it was a Septarian. After all, Eclipsa developed that spell to destroy Septarians. Moon needed to destroy a Septarian, and there aren't that many immortal beings in the world of Star. Yet if Moon came forward and said, hey, this man named Toffee killed my mother and now I want to kill him, Eclipsa could have done a double take. Toffee? My ex Toffee? However, Toffee was mentioned to be Moon's target in Stranger Danger, to which Eclipsa had no visible reaction, though she could have just been playing her cards right. If she said anything about Toffee, especially any romantic implications, that would have incriminated her even more. How could she not be evil? She dated Toffee, a Septarian. Not to mention, Glosric said Globgore for about a year in front of many people who know Globgore, yet no one had a visible reaction. So despite Eclipsa chipping in at the end of that conversation in Stranger Danger, we could also argue maybe she wasn't in earshot or wasn't exactly paying attention to the words at the moment, but that's a little more reachy. But here's really the big piece of evidence. Muni Pendants Day in Season 1, where Toffee actually alludes to knowing Eclipsa's spells, when dispatching a device referred to as the All-Seeing Eye. Toffee remarks it's the most efficient way of spying on your enemies. Kinda like Eclipsa's own spell, the All-Seeing Eye, which as we all know is used for spying. With how much we know now, I refuse to believe this had no ties to Eclipsa. So here's what I think happened. Toffee and Eclipsa dated for some point in time, and Eclipsa actually really loved Toffee. She was his first love. She always had a thing for Globgore, but Toffee was the one to be straightforward and steal her heart. Toffee could have used Eclipsa to get information on the Queens of Muni, the Butterfly family, and the Book of Spells, which is why he knows so much about the aforementioned. And Eclipsa could even be the reason why he detests magic and humans so much. Bad breakup maybe? With Toffee somewhat back in the narrative at this point, I really do believe it's only a matter of time before he he's resurrected in present day, which could lead to some juicy drama between him, Eclipsa, and Globgor. At the point of recording this, we're only 2 weeks away from coronation, which is our best bet for Globgor being freed. So let's turn this into a love triangle, shall we? But of course, as always, what do you guys think? Could Toffee and Eclipsa have dated? Why or why not? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids, and for my own shipping ramblings, you can find me at @OstricVox. We're also on Instagram. Help the Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please sort of like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. OstricVox, out!